Hey, what's up, everybody? This is D Trip, and welcome to the Steak Bottles and Building Podcast, where we get to the meat of the topic. Conversations flow like drinks at happy hour, and hopefully, we give you something to build on to. Now, today, what we're doing is we are revisiting the 32 group bracket of 90s R&B and 2000s R&B groups. Before we did one, it didn't have any female groups in it. It was a real shady bracket that I found online. So this time what we did was we came up with 32 great groups, put them on here. And then when you heard the last episode, what we did was we just drew all of the names. So this time, since we've all have them all bracketed up, we're going to talk about the ones that we have bracketed. And also we're just going to go all the way. We're just going to go through the first round of those. So today I have straight from Chicago, Mrs. Smiley herself, aka After Seven's #1 fan. Give it up for Sheila. What's up, Sheila?
Hey, taking over for the Nan.
We also have my man representing North Philly, and that is the man himself, Tay Mac. What's going on, man?
The wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing, limousine riding, jet flying all around, son of a gun.
We also have, the resident comedian here in the building.
Darkness, everybody! Everyone, darkness is ready.
KB is in the building. What's up, boy?
What's up now? You better see me in the daytime because at night it's a wrap.
And also we have representing from I almost said Nashville. Representing from Memphis, Tennessee, living in Miami. We have the world-renowned DJ Froggy. What's going on, Froggy? How you doing, sir?
Man, what's happening, gang? What's happening, man? I love it. I'm glad to be here, man, with this esteemed panel, ready to get into some music, man.
Man, I appreciate you for joining. And for those of you guys don't know, what we did was we took the 32 groups. KB, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and say it this time. But the groups that we have is we have TLC. We also have Tony. We have Silk. We have Sheila's favorite, After Seven. We have B2K, we have Jodeci, we have Drew Hill, we have H-Town, we have Immature, we have Boyz II Men, we have Jade, we have Total, we have Mint Condition, we have In Vogue, we have Brownstone, we have 112, we also have Next, we have Guy, we have LSG, we have Jagged Edge, we have Soul For Real. We have BBD. We have High Five. We have Troop. We have New Edition. We have The Boys. We have Destiny's Child. We have SWV. We have Jeanne. We have Color Me Bad. We have Shy. We have Escape. And that is the 32 groups. Now, what we did, for those that did not get a chance to see and or hear the last podcast, what we did was we just took all of those names, we put them in a hat, and we drew the numbers, and then we put them out here on the bracket. Okay? So we have some people that's live on Facebook as well. We're going to try to get them in, let them join as they go as well. But one thing that we're going to do is this. The first one that we have up currently is TLC versus Tony. Now, this right here is a heavyweight battle.
True.
And I think that this is one of the better battles of the bracket. I mean, I thought this would be kind of like later on as we went a little further. But as you can see, we got two heavyweights going in first. So, Sheila, I want you to go ahead and choose your group and state your case on why you choose that particular group.
I'm going with Tony. To me, they had more hits, and I didn't care for TLC style, so I'm going with Tony.
So you're going with Tony.
Correct.
Okay.
That is my final answer.
KB, what you got?
Well. TLC versus Tony. Man, I'd have to agree with you, sir. This is a heavyweight battle, and it's funny because I don't understand why, but it really, really is. Man, I'll be honest to you. I'm gonna have to go with TLC, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you
Okay.
why. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
TLC. While I agree that Tony in musicianship, even from movies, things of that nature, I'm big on trend setting and momentum. And for me, with this group in particular, with TLC, timing was everything. I think that they did very well. I think they formed a movement. Not only from the baggy clothes, they represented a message from safe sex. They just created an image for young ladies and girls that was huge. Baggy pants, big hats. It was kind of like when Crisscross was wearing backwards pants and things. And so I will have to say, for me, the way they did it, everybody was kind of jumping on board, and it wasn't just about musicianship with this group. So I'm going to go with TLC. That is my
Wow.
final pick.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
right.
Tay Mac.
Hey,
I know you got some goodness to say about that.
KB laid that down flat. Damn. And he makes a very, very, very compelling argument. You think about some of the visual aesthetics that TLC had with the waterfall videos and how their songs link to social relevancy with them pushing condoms and female sexual empowerment and all that sort of things. I can dig it. However, I ain't a woman. And and one of the things that I attempted to tie to the conversation or tie to the particular acts are how timeless they were. TLC were definitely trendsetters, but from now till the end of time, everybody will hear anniversary on their anniversary. And so that and the relevancy that Tony had throughout the 90s. They had multiple albums in the 90s. You watched Higher Learning, you heard, you heard Tony,
Mhm.
and I got to go with him. I got to go with Tony.
Okay. Froggy, what you got, sir? Or would you like me to go first, and you would like to be the tiebreaker?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how you're going to vote, so I don't know if I will be the tiebreaker. I want to go and speak my piece now. You're the host, so we want to let you. You know what I'm saying?
You go right
knock
ahead.
them out.
Bro.
And,
hey, you're welcome. Go right ahead.
All right. If I have to look at it from a total worldwide relevancy perspective. And when you look at that type of impact, when you look at the world tours selling out arenas, not being part of a tour, but being the tour, that's what TLC was. Like TLC, like we said, they had social relevance with them. They spoke about waterfalls. They talked about AIDS. They were speaking about timely things, about safe sex. As has been said before. So it's like what they brought to the table seems like it is a long lasting legacy. I mean, yeah, Tony. I mean, yeah, every year you play It's Your Anniversary on your anniversary. But what do you do the other 364 days of the year? You know what I'm saying? What do you listen to in the club? You know what I'm saying? And as a DJically speaking, I play It Feels Good. I play that all the time. Let's see, and I play the DJ Quick Joint. I do play those right there.
Down.
But
yeah,
exactly. Let's get down. But then I play What About Your Friends on a regular basis. I play if I'm doing a slow jam set, you know what I'm saying, Red Light Special, I play that one. I play Waterfalls. It's like, so, and then like I say, even the impact that they had then it was a larger than life impact that they had. And then I mean, I can't vote against somebody that that Babyface produced. It's impossible for me to vote against somebody that Babyface produced. So I gotta go LaFace Records, TLC, you know what I'm saying, T-Bars, Left Eye, and Chili. Rest in peace, Left Eye.
If you need it in the morning, in the middle of the night, I ain't too proud to beg.
I ain't too proud to beg.
Love it.
So,
You know what I'm saying? That opened a lot of women up, man. That made a lot of women say, you know what? I can ask for this if I want it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them were still timid and kind of held back then. They freed a lot of women from those sexual shackles.
Do you know how
So-
many black people went to Southern California because they heard it never rained?
Right. Exactly.
Never rained in Southern
Exactly.
California.
Exactly.
Hey, this is true. I'm still wondering. I ain't never been there myself, but I still wonder. I wonder, does it really not rain there?
it rained when I was in San Diego. So so I was like, nah, they lied.
So they lied to us. Oh,
But you believe
take off
it.
points for lying. Take off points
You
for lying.
believe it.
So I guess I'm the tiebreaker on this.
Let it ride. Let it ride.
What you got? What you got for us?
You know what? Oh man. Iconically, I will say I think that TLC was bigger at their time. Like when let me see when what was that, when Creep came out?
Mhm.
Creep was an all-time classic, and then that's when they switched from the baggy clothes and they put on the sexy pajamas, and he was like, wow, Chili is actually, a T-Boss fine as hell. You thought like they was fine. You didn't just think about them being goofy with the with the colorful cross colors clothes on. And now, however, Tony, I think that if I had to go hit for hit, like the amount of hits that they have, and now I know Tony was out longer, but even if I break it down to like 2 albums, my personal opinion, I think that Tony had better albums than TLC.
This guy.
Overall album.
Mm.
So if I'm sitting in, if you put in what was that? What was the album that they had that had Let's Get Down on it?
2020.
Was it a Tony? Was that the Tony album? Was that the Revival? Because like they had like 4 albums, like the whole album you could just put in the car and just keep going. Now TLC had that. They had the Red Light Special on that album. They had Creep, and they had Chasing Waterfalls. But what was another really big song? Now I'm sure Froggy would know.
On
really
Crazy
big song
Sexy
off
Cool.
that
Crazy Sexy Cool
Crazy
was
Sexy
a
Cool was the other big
was the album. That was the album.
yeah.
So
It was
that
called
was the
Crazy
fourth
Sexy
single
Cool.
on
Yeah.
that. That was
And
the fourth single on that particular album.
And then the next album was
It had Creep,
Fan
Digging
Mail.
on You.
I forgot Digging on You. That's true.
And damn,
Yeah.
I'm pretty.
No, that's Fan Mail.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Fan Mail. That was
That's
the
Fan Mail,
next
yeah.
album. That
Okay.
was the next
Yeah.
album.
Then they had No Scrubs or something like that on one of the albums. I
No
don't want
Scrubs
no
was
scrubs.
on-
No Scrub was on the next album.
was on
Yeah.
Fan
Crazy
Mail.
Sexy Cool had Creep, Digging on You, Red Light Special, Waterfalls. This was I remember listening to this album. I remember, in the car with my then girlfriend listening to this album. This was a solid album. Not all of these songs weren't singles. This wasn't, so it wasn't, that every song was a single on here, but it was still a solid album. It was still a no skip album.
Oh yeah, it was solid.
It was a solid. Oh yeah, it was a solid album. It was a solid album. But like even and see, one thing that Tony did, I think that even made it to me. They came out with that Greatest Hits album.
Okay.
And
yeah.
that Greatest Hits album, you could ride that. I think it was a purple. I think it had a purple CD cover. And you put that in, and that joint, you could ride everywhere on that one album.
Right.
But let me ask a question though, because I guess for me, it's hard consistently for me to talk about song versus song, or even sometimes album versus album, because we even know how the Billboard works. Sometimes some songs will ride out longer than a lot of people's albums just based on that. What Froggy said made sense to me, because think about it. We're talking about headliners. I've never seen Tony as a headliner. I've seen him as, to T-Mac's request, I've seen him as a world-renowned, things of that nature. We're talking about headliners. We're talking about selling out arenas. I see Tony as, Cincinnati's going to have the Jazz Fest, and we've got Tony. Okay, that sounds like that's cool to go to. But then you put TLC in Memphis as a headliner. Oh
Right.
my God, rock. You know, it just there's a variance. There's a variance in that. That's all I'm saying, because soulfulness, without a doubt, you can say that. You can say, oh yeah, Tony. I mean, because like you said, I'm laughing because after you play, you know, it's my anniversary. And he said, what the other 365 days of the year, what you listening to? Yeah, some cuts, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting here trying to figure out when I'm gonna lay my head on my pillow. But you know,
See?
it is what it is. I got you on that. But what I'm also looking at is a movement, a message across the music as well that builds something that I visually saw that movement across the board. It, like I said, ain't too proud to beg, making it okay for women to say, I want some too. Not Sheila, but the other women of the world.
Nope.
The other
See,
women of
that's
the
why
world.
I'm like,
You know
nope,
what I'm
that's why I
saying?
ain't like
Yeah,
them.
not Sheila, but the other women of the world.
Nope.
They wanted us men to know that, hey, they like it too and they want it. You know, Sheila was just like, yeah, y'all go ahead and do my thing.
Right.
You know?
Do your
But
thing. Do your
across
thing.
the board, you know, and then I
Okay.
didn't even think about that, but go ahead.
So I'm gonna ask you this then, since because this was a good one. Like I said, this is a heavyweight battle. This could go either way.
Right.
When you have this, okay, so what is, let's look at it like this. What do you guys think that TLC's greatest or their biggest hit is or was? What do you think their biggest hit was
Waterfall.
to you? So I mean, and I think Waterfalls is probably just, you know, that was a whole different monster within itself.
Waterfalls is the pinnacle of their career.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, Froggy?
I would say Waterfall is the biggest, yeah. Because even though on the prior album, the Ooh on the TLC tip, you know, that was the one with Ain't Too Proud to Beg. That was the one with Hat to the Back and all that. Baby, Baby, Baby was on that one.
Baby was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's one of my favorites personally, but I know that Waterfalls had a bigger impact, and Waterfalls was something that, you know what I'm saying, you know, white kids was listening to, everybody was listening to.
Cross platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Cross platforms. Because and if I can add into that, to piggyback off that crossing platforms, because when you saw some of the examples that they were speaking of in Waterfalls, it crossed platforms because some of those examples you didn't necessarily just have black girls looking at. You did have white girls looking at some of these situations like, I've been in those situations, or this is that and this is that. But it also spoke on an era of the things that women were dealing with outside of the things that, you know, as a male dominated industry wouldn't understand. And it broke. I mean, and then the video itself, oh my gosh, it was masterful. And so the visual of it and then the message was just like solid. Everybody was like, wow. Go ahead, T-Mac. I see you want to get in. So let me give the floor to you, my friend.
Let me bring in three points. First, this particular battle, and I surmise quite a few of them will be a battle of demographics. It's going to be young folks versus old folks. And depending on how old you were when this particular group came out, whatever it is, your feeling will be different. I know my aunts and uncles who were in an older demographic at that time, you know, TLC was kiddie music. It wasn't
right.
So with that being said, I'm going to use you, Sheila. When was the last time that you listened to a TLC song?
I didn't. And it's kind of like, you know, the Motown movie when they said, if you had your last dollar and if you had to pick, would you buy their album? And I wouldn't. I would buy the sandwich. And so it didn't move my soul. And like you said, to me, it was like kiddie music.
That's
and I just
because you hungry.
No, but baby, that could be too. It's trying to make my gumbo. But I just didn't. It didn't move me. It didn't like. I didn't get chills. I didn't feel something. It gave me no emotion whatsoever.
Yes.
No, it sparked nothing.
And the third point I'm going to make in closing is, you definitely have to take musicianship into account as well. Did you go to a studio or did you bang these out on a drum, guitar, piano? that has to come into play. Well, for me, that comes into play as well. So that's Tony gets the checks, although I do like TLC.
Right.
Come on now. I mean, G-Mac, I got you on that. And I'm gonna let you, because I'm gonna say the vote can be in and it can do what it do. But you said musicianship, and I'm looking at, you know, when I got a rapper and two that can sing, but wasn't the boy on Jodeci with the pretty eyes? Could he really sing?
But let me ask you something. Could T-Boz, but if you think about it,
I want to move on.
Wait a minute, but could T-Boz really sing though? That's the thing. She really couldn't sing. She just had a different type of voice that was.
She could sing. T-Boz could sing.
T-Boz can't sing. Now Chili could sing, but T-Boz wasn't the singer. She just had a different type of tone.
Can you give us some T-Boz? Take a good
look
at
it.
That was her. Red Light Special was her.
That's not. I mean, that does. I mean, really. Like if she went on American Idol, right? Think about it like this too. If she could really sing, why she ain't go solo? Why she hasn't done anything beyond? She can't do anything beyond TLC.
And neither could NSYNC outside of Justin Timberlake.
But first of all, she did do something. She did do something outside of TLC. You can't tell me the movie Belly would have been the same without T-Boz in it. T-Boz was necessary. Her acting chops.
You taking her out the group. We got to keep it in the group though.
Right, we keeping it in, but I'm just saying her voice. It was like she had a voice that was a gimmick, and I think to me they just had a gimmick, you know. And it like, and Whitney Houston said it. She said, "When you can sing, you don't need a gimmick. You don't need big clothes and big."
Now you got to bring the good Reverend Whitney into this.
Now you're trying to Milli Vanilli them. See,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's just they had a gimmick that kind of spoke to what was going on, the big clothes and stuff like that. Girls want to be fast, you know, and do
girls
whatever.
Want to be fast.
That's pretty much what it is.
How old are you talking about girls want to be fast?
Them R. Kelly girls.
Giving up.
How old were you when they came out? If you think that they want to be fast,
I'm just saying. But you know, so they want to wear condoms. I don't want to wear no condom on my eye. I'm just saying. I really don't. So that did not.
I'm trying to save your eyesight, Sheila. You might want to wear that condom on your eye.
Take this condom and put it on my eye. I just don't want to do that, and I never want to do that in life. So like I said, I didn't like their style. It did nothing for me. It didn't move my soul. But when I hear It Never Rains in Southern California, or you know, an anniversary or anything like that, it moves me. You know, so to me, it has to be something more than just a gimmick. And Tony wasn't a gimmick.
Tell Patti LaBelle don't kick off her shoes then.
But she can sing, you know, Patti can move a crowd. But to me, TLC was a gimmick group. And because think about it, if you take all of that away, if you took the outfits and the videos, if you never saw them at all, and you just heard, you're like, what? If you didn't see them, they had to be a whole package.
If you didn't take the big booties off, if you didn't take the big booties off Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, what would you have? I don't listen to them either, though. But you don't, but we do.
Right, but it's because they got a gimmick going on, and that's what's
selling the package right now. But
that's not true talent. A lot of these people wouldn't have made it.
It sells.
So
yeah, but that don't mean anything. And you know, it's funny. I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna say this too. We've killed this one. We've killed this one. So this is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. I'm going to look at the first message that I see through Facebook chat, and that's what I'm going to go with. And it looks like for me, what I see is somebody said the Tonys.
Yay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to let Tony move.
Okay. I'll let it ride.
That's a hard one. I mean, I think, like I said, that one's one that I think that could go either way. But I'm going to go with, see what, you know, some of our other people see what they would have to say.
For the record, ain't neither one of these three Negroes names Tony. I just want to put that out there. Neither one of their names is Tony. Actually, Tony. No spelling. None of the spellings apply to them. So let's just, they were faking that. So let's just put that out there.
You got a fact. Hey, you got a fact. All right, so here we go. So the first round, I mean, first one we had TLC, which was, I knew that one was going to take a while because that's two heavyweights. I mean, that one right there, you can't really lose with either one that you go with. I think that's a heavyweight knockout. I mean, both groups salute to both groups, and I like, you know, both of them. And yeah, I think they both were very impactful. All right, so let's go to our next one. Our next one that we have Silk with Nashville's own Gary Jenkins in the group.
Yeah, Jenkins.
And we also have After Seven, Sheila's favorite.
Yay!
Now, Sheila, we'll let you go last because we already know who you want. So I'm gonna start off. I'll start this one off. So Silk versus After Seven. Oh man. Musicianship. I like After Seven, but I don't know. Silk songs talk to me a little bit more. Especially when they even did the I think it was the Unsung, and they did the live last night. We had an argument, you know, and they did that one live in acapella. I was like, man, these jokers here killed it. So I'm going with Silk. So who is it? So who's next? So I'm going with Silk. So Froggy, I'm gonna let you go next.
Okay. All right. And as much as I love Silk, I do love Silk. You know what I'm saying? You know, tonight, baby, I'm gonna get freaky with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got a lot to love. It's a lot to love about Silk. But when I look at After Seven, you know what I'm saying, Ready or Not, Can't Stop, you know, Heat of the Moment, you know what I'm saying, you know, and you know, once again, we have a babyface affiliate. You know what I'm saying? We got actual Edmonds in this group. So yeah, I gotta go After Seven, man. I gotta go After Seven. You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah. To me, After Seven easily takes this one. They don't. It's not a first round knockout, but it's an easy win. It's an easy win.
Okay, so After Seven versus. So we have one for After Seven, one for Silk, and next we have Tay-Mac. You go next.
So here's what my thought is. I'm not a big Silk fan, but I can't deny the relevancy they had in the 90s. You know, they had that Keith Sweat magic on them, and the little dude looked like a frog, but the dude could sing. But it's difficult, but I got to go After Seven because just After Seven, just head and shoulders above them in singing. So I gotta go After Seven.
You're going After Seven?
Going After Seven.
Okay, so that's 3 After Sevens. And who else we got? KB, who you got?
Boy. I'm not going to play with y'all. I'm not going to take all my time. I'm an impact guy, and I'm going to say Silk for me by far. And I'll defend it by saying this. T-Mac said it, and I know his heart is broke that he went After Seven. Little Froggy dude can sing. He really could. And this is also, I'm talking about the effects of a gentleman. A lot of people don't realize this, but remember, there's still a Keith Sweat touch on this as well. We're talking about the 90s and the strength of what was going on with this group in the 90s. There, After Seven, listen, when that intro came on, freak me, baby. Oh, I mean, from the baseline of it, from the start of it, and when that joker starts off and that music cues in, we talking about cues and musicianship. That thing say, let me lick you up and down. Man, if you ain't grinding or was not grinding on the floor, when that thing went off, that song could ride right now in anybody's playlist at any point in time or any party. It would change the game. We're not talking about just if you are old or young or new. We talking about right now with putting that thing on with a dude that can sing that looks like a frog and had the impact of the 90s along with the Keith Sweat flow in there involved. Nah, man. For me, impact is Silk all day for me. Because what happens in these competitions sometimes, we go, oh, but who can sing better? Who can impact mean something? If I can make $1 million, this to Sheila, if I can make $1 million on a gimmick and sell out arenas, you can talk about me all you want. But obviously I have an impact on the industry that allows me to be successful and I can still go triple platinum. Silk is where I'm coming from.
Damn, kid, you coming tonight, KB? You coming? You coming, bro?
So, so it looks like, but it's 3-2.
It is.
It's 3-2. Now in the comments we have somebody said Silk all day. I don't know. I don't see any refreshed ones, so that's the only one I see. But that's a common thread. So I think that was somebody nasty that said that with him as well. He knows that person very well who said that. All right, so it looks like right now, let me see. I had another silk. Let me see, 2 silks in the no, there's 3 silks. There's 3 silks out here versus, so what is that? So it's two of us. So that's 5 versus the 3 of you guys. So I think now with if we're going to include the public opinion, then the public opinion says Silk.
I didn't even speak. I just kind of just sat back and said, I ain't.
We already knew. I already know.
Let her state a case. She needs to state a case.
Go ahead and state your case.
Please, your case.
Somebody might change their mind. Somebody might change their mind.
To me, I feel After 7 is more timeless. Their songs had, to me, I'm all about respect for women. I don't want anybody talking about freak me baby. And because men like that talking about freak me baby, that's how they start off. It's like, you talk about anything else, that's the first thing that comes to your mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, I need some respect. Put some respect on it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, After 7 just had more respectful songs and more timeless songs. At Silk, it's like, no, just everything is always raunchy. And to me, I just feel like, to me in sex, it has to be, you just don't give your body to anybody. That's just how I feel. And certain songs, it just needs to be respectful. So to me, After 7 just always kept the level of respect and dignity to me when it came to music. And their music is going to be timeless forever.
So that's good. We're gonna go ahead and
but y'all do you.
No. We're gonna put you on Bravo with Ayana Changed My Life, because you won't
change my life. My life.
No, I'm saying you want men to start up. Hey babe, I heard you're gonna be a great chemist one day. And then after you be a great chemist, maybe
because think about it, just texting somebody.
We are physical creatures.
That's why them relationships don't be working out. Because you done gave them all the dessert.
It is what it is.
You done gave them the main course. Now they like, okay, and the dessert. Well, what? You ain't gave them everything.
So
feed me, baby. Oh yeah, feed me, baby.
According to our, let me see. So
we've had
a few more we have a few more votes come in. So we have another Silk, which is a young lady we have another young lady that came in and said Silk as well. And we got somebody else. So we're gonna move on. I think it's we're going with Silk.
Wow.
But I know in my heart,
where you are.
It's
all right.
That round felt shady. To me. It felt real shady. I felt
right.
After 7 is the way. All right,
you can't even.
I'm gonna step back. I'm here.
Exactly. Y'all don't know. They don't know.
So you want to recount? You want to Trump?
I want to recount, just like Kanye wanted to recount for the presidency.
I'm just saying.
I need a recount.
I'm just saying. All right, so here we go. So here's the next thing. The next thing that we have, the next 2 groups we have.
So you say Silk? Okay,
you got to put Silk. Yeah, you got to put Silk.
Go ahead, put Silk down. Go.
I can't stop.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. All right, so the next 2 that we have, to me, this is a first round knockout. Is B2K versus Jodeci. Froggy, you can go first.
Oh man, this is an easy win right here. I mean, we talk about hits, we talk about hits then, as well as stuff that's timeless that you still listen to today. I mean, when I think about what I used to put on my mixtapes back in the day when I used to make the slow jam mixtapes and all that, this is a Jodeci win all day, man. B2K stands not a chance. This is you know what I'm saying? And they cool to bump. It was cute, I guess, if you was like 15 when it came out, but nah, just Jodeci all day. You know what I'm saying?
I'll go next. I second that. Everything he just said. Tay Mac, what you got?
I will say with a resounding, ooh yeah.
All right, who we got next? Sheila, who you got?
Even though they look like they eat surf sandwiches, but Jodeci, I'm going with Jodeci.
Did you say they look like they eat syrup sandwiches?
Yeah, I'm going with Jodeci.
KB, who you got?
Yep.
Hey, listen, any group that allows me to be afraid to have a baby, hey, they're winners to me. So you're having my baby? No. Hey, it's a wrap for me. Jodeci, we can keep it popping.
Hey, first round knockout. There it is. Jodeci's out of here. I mean, B2K is out of here. They didn't have a chance. I was hoping somebody young, like maybe my sisters or something like that would join, but nah, that ain't even fair. All right, here we go. So I think this next one is a pretty good battle. We have Dru Hill versus H-Town. And so Sheila, we'll let you start. You start with this.
I'm going with Dru Hill.
Okay. You want to state your case, or are you just good with that?
Well, I'm good with it, but Dru Hill, to me, they had more hits. And I mean, they could sing. And the harmonies were good. And just like I said, songs have to touch my soul. And to me, Dru Hill did that. So I'm going with Dru Hill. Okay.
KB, you're next.
Yeah, this is easy for me. And it's in a weird way because I know some of them, but H-Town is this the knocking boots cat?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, enough said. Dru Hill, let's keep it going. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so two Dru Hills. Okay. Let me see. Who would be next? Tay-Mac, you next.
Yeah. Well, considering
H-Town
that
legends.
Dru Hill is a food stamp version of Jodeci.
I don't think so.
That hurts.
I don't think so.
In
I
the
think
90s,
Jodeci is a food stamp version.
Jodeci.
No. Jodeci was first. Jodeci was
They
first.
still ate surf sandwiches, so they,
Listen.
but go ahead.
Everything Dru Hill did was basically a ripoff of Jodeci.
Now I would say Jagged Edge would be the ripoff of
Listen,
Jodeci.
with Jagged.
We'll talk about them later.
At that time, you was a Boyz II Men ripoff or you was a Jodeci ripoff. We'll get to them, but in this case, we going Dru Hill.
Okay. So, Froggy, you want to go next?
I mean, well, it seems like the resounding winner. Sounds like my vote is not even needed in this one. I wish I could be a contrarian and go for H-Town, but I cannot. So, so yeah, man, this is an easy one right here, man, for Dru Hill, man. Tell me.
Trip.
That one move.
Trip. Let me ask you something, because I'm looking at the feed. And I would like some of the individuals, if we've got a minute or two, to tell me. I see a lot of chatter about H-Town. So what is it that I do not know outside of knocking boots?
What are we missing?
What are we missing?
From Houston, somebody from Houston, stand up.
Yeah, tell me what I'm missing.
I think they had one more song, but the name of it, I can't even tell you.
No, they had a couple.
It sounded like Knocking the Boots.
They had Knocking the Boots.
That Part-Time Lover.
That was a dope song.
But didn't it sound like Knocking the Boots? Didn't they, like, both songs sounded the same?
That was Lick You Up. That was Lick You Up.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
and let
me
thin line.
lick you up.
Yeah, and the thin line between love and hate.
Lick you down. That was that one.
And
Like,
if
they
we're gonna
use the
talk
same
about
track.
people who can't sing, they really couldn't sing. Real talk, they really couldn't sing. Like,
wow, you stepping on some toes now.
I mean, like let's just be honest about it. This is an R&B group signed to Luke Records. Like, come on, man. Luke signed an R&B group. What? How much can we expect from this? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, time out. Now, it's time for me to turn into who I am.
Okay.
Froggy. How you gonna pop that, Froggy? And 15 minutes ago, you was all pro TLC.
I'm pro TLC because they could sing. I think TLC could sing.
So you telling me that Left Eye and T-Boz could sing?
I think T-Boz will sing. She had a nice little baritone voice. I think it's sexy when a woman has a raspy voice.
Listen, like she smokes cigarettes.
I think that's hot. That's hot. That's hot.
T-Boz, listen, T-Boz sounds like that thing that your grandma put under her throat when she talked. That's what T-Boz is, man.
All right, man. So getting back on this one right here. So between the two, I think now if I had to put my hits against each other, if you put H-Town, you got Knocking the Boots, which was probably their biggest hit. So Drew Hill's, what was their biggest hit?
Drew Hill,
Somebody sleeping in my bed.
Sleeping in my bed.
And they had the slow and the fast version of that.
Beautiful.
They
Beauty
had
was
Tell
her name.
Me. They had Tell Me What You Want.
Yep. And then they had
They
Beauty.
had Beautiful. And
Beauty.
Beauty is her name.
Or what about we're not making love no more? That song too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of hits. These are the times we all wish for. You know that song?
I forgot about that one.
You know, I forgot
Y'all
about
gotta
that
give
one.
it to 'em.
So Sheila,
Yeah.
I'm going to rock with Sheila on that one too. I'm going with I'm rocking with Drew Hill on that one. Now it looks like everybody. Somebody said T-Boz sound like she chewed blunts. Now I think H-Town has some hits, but compared to Drew Hill, I don't think.
You know
I'm
what's
had to
crazy?
go.
You know what's crazy?
I'm going with Drew Hill.
Everybody said a different Drew Hill song, but the internet says Drew Hill's biggest song was "In My Bed," a song that none of us said.
No, I said
He did say it.
Because remember, they had a slow version and they had a fast version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they had the JD remix. There was Somebody Sleeping. They had the fast version. Yeah.
Yep.
And both was hits.
Okay. So it's anonymous. So okay, let's keep it
All
going.
right, so it looks like Drew Hill is the one. So let's go to the next one. All right, so next we have, come on, first round knockout. We have Immature versus Boyz II Men.
You might as well just go ahead and type it in.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see anybody doing that one.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Anybody on the internet? I don't see anybody. No, I can't see anybody.
I dare you to argue for Immature. I dare you.
Right.
I got Marcus Houston on the line right now.
Hey, anybody on D Trips Live, I will cash app you $5 if you can make a good argument for Immature.
He might got Marcus Houston on the line.
And a gift card.
Shout out to my man Goldie. Don't disrespect Drew
I'm gonna
Hill.
let you know now. If Marcus Houston was on the line, he'd be like, "Oh, that's Boyz II Men all day."
Yeah, he said
He
that.
He would say
that
that.
ain't even
He just told me. He said, "Yeah, that's them."
That's easy. Let's go ahead and skip that one.
Marcus Houston would have told. He would have said, "Yeah. We got served. It's Boyz II Men."
Yeah, we got served Boyz II Men.
Right.
Exactly.
But did he even leave the group?
Go ahead and put that one down. Boyz II Men.
Didn't Marcus leave Immature?
Yes.
Eventually he
He
did.
grew up.
All right, so now the next two we have this one is a pretty good battle. It's not a heavyweight battle, but it's a good one. It's like a nice middleweight battle or a nice phantomweight battle. And that is Jade versus Total.
I'll go first.
T-Mac going first. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go first, and I want you to know I need to apologize to you, Froggy, because I'm getting ready to make a lie out of myself. I tried to jump on you, but I gotta reconcile.
Okay.
Those chicks couldn't sing a lick. However, they just had a movement following them that I just could not understand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could remember people telling me, "Yo, I can't wait for the next Total album to come out."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I would have thought them albums was going double wood, but they love them.
Mm-hmm.
And Jade, I personally think Jade is the better talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what happened. I know, well, they was signed to Michael Jackson Records, and I think Michael Jackson Records kind of fell apart. But I got to go with Total.
Hey, that sounds solid to me.
Total. All right, Total over Jade. I'll go next. I think between the two, Jade had a couple of good hits like Mr. Do Right, and they also had, the Don't Walk Away.
Mm-hmm. What about
okay, so that's their third. That's their third one right there. But Total, they had Kissing You. They had the songs with Biggie, which you can't take away. And so I'm rocking with Total.
They was like puffy with tight pants.
Right. It was puffy with girls. All
There's
right,
girl
Sheila,
puffy.
who you got, Sheila? Who you got?
I'm going with Jade.
Okay.
Wow.
So we got we got three totals. What you got, KB?
Well, I'm if you all remember when we was doing this bracket, I had the most disrespectful answer on both of these groups because not one of these chicks, not one of these groups between the two, I don't even think I can find them in a Spotify garbage when I delete music. So honestly, I hate the both of these groups. But for the purpose of what we're doing, to the credit of Biggie Smalls, rest in peace, my dude, I'm just gonna leave it and just give it to Total.
I do have something nice to say about Jade. They made Black people want to wear Doc Martens. Black women wearing Doc Martens and
big braids. And big braids. And big braids. Yeah, don't forget about that. Doc Martens and big braids.
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was Patra. Think.
Hey, so somebody said. So let me see. So
What's up?
now looking at everybody. Now looking in the comments, we've had a let's see. We have a Jade. We have another one that said Jade with the slow bangers. Then we had two totals as well.
Somebody said it ain't always about the talent.
Hey.
I think it is. To me,
Obviously
it is.
it's not.
Obviously.
Yeah. I'm rocking with Total. I think just Total had more hits. You know, more songs.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm rocking with them. I'm not saying that they're more talented. I just think they have more hits. So according to everyone, it looks like we have more totals than we had Jade. So let's go with Total.
Man, this next one.
All right, this next one is a heavyweight. Heavyweight, ding, ding, ding. Heavyweight. I need to find me a sound effect for that one. It's a heavyweight battle, and this one right here is. So what we have is, let's see.
Round one.
Oh.
So we have we have Mint Condition versus In Vogue. Mint Condition versus In Vogue.
Good.
Who wants to be first? I don't want to go first on this.
Not me.
Well, I'm going first.
Go ahead, Sheila. Mint Condition versus In Vogue.
I'm going with In Vogue.
Tell me why. If you don't mind, tell me why.
Their style, their class, their harmonies, and just they just brought something new. Like, I don't know, because you had the TLCs and you had that kind of stuff going on, but they came out as women, and that's something that I always try to aim to be. So I think, to me, In Vogue, I'm going with In Vogue.
Okay. Froggy, you next?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Mint Condition is good, but for me, if I had to buy an album, I bought In Vogue. I didn't buy anything Mint Condition. So
I'm putting it on Froggy next. We're gonna put this one. This is a hard one, so it's on Froggy.
This is a heavy one. This is a heavy one.
It's a heavyweight battle.
Yeah. This is definitely a heavyweight battle right here. When I look at like both of them, like, okay, In Vogue was super impactful. You know what I'm saying? You know, they had Hold On. They had, you know what I'm saying? You're Never Gonna Get It, giving him something he can feel. You know, they had a lot of stuff, and they got some great songs. But Mint Condition, when I think about definition of a band, that was a fantastic album. When I think about From the Mint Factory, fantastic album. So it's like, when I like Stokely was like a hell of a singer. He's a hell of a singer, hell of a musician. So it's like, I gotta go, as we said before, as we said before, on the tip of musicianship, I gotta go with Mint Condition. I gotta go with Mint Condition because you know what I'm saying? Because they played their instruments, they was an actual band. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to the definition of a band, the intro of it is like just them grooving. You know what I'm saying? It's like you feel like you're at a live concert. So I gotta go with Mint Condition on this
one. Okay. All right. So we have a split so far. So Terrence, you want to go next? T-Mac?
KB.
Oh, KB. Okay, KB, go ahead. Go next.
Well, everybody. Boy. This plays on my soul. Man, you know what? I'm going to stay consistent to the things that I've spoken of when it comes to the way I listen to music sometimes based on that time frame. And I'm going to stay on that with impact. And I'm a visual person. And all I know, outside of all the songs that you all have mentioned, when I see Blair Underwood and Jada Pinkett and Set It Off banging in the bed on that In Vogue song, Don't Let Go.
Right.
It struck a chord in me that's like no other. You know, it's kind of like when Ricky got shot in Boys in the Hood. I mean, she was so happy that, you know, it wasn't about her giving it up because she had to work for it, but he gave her that dress. And then later on, them girls was dying. And Blair, when he went back in the bank after he knew it was Stoney, he slapped that paper off the desk because he knew she was a bank robber. And in his mind, you know, what's it gonna be? Because I can't put. I mean, it was sweat on his back, her back. Hey, In Vogue for the knockout.
All right.
Oh my God. Right. So it's on me. Man. This one, I think I'm gonna have to go with. Man, I loved In Vogue. You know, they was fine. They came out and hit that note, and then that old school, that beat drop. I was like, man, you know, that joint came in. Yeah, they hit that Michael Jackson. I mean, I think me and Froggy even talked about that because I've done this before. Played the old Michael Jackson in them the beginning, and then when after Mike hits that note, then I dropped the beat from In Vogue and let them play. But man, I think I'm rocking with Mint Condition on that one. Because Stokely, that joker come back there in the drums, and then that joker come out to the front and hit them high notes. What kind of man would I be? Right. Pretty Brown Eyes. You know, hey, Pretty Brown Eyes is a classic. So
you send me swinging.
Hey, I'm sorry. I gotta throw a flag on the play. Can I get a coach's review? Can I throw a flag on the play?
Go ahead.
No.
God, here we go.
This would have been better. This would have been better if I said something about that song. But the lightest skinned dude on here gonna sing about pretty brown eyes, knowing none of us outside of that dude got some type of color in the eyes to make them pretty. But you can go ahead and finish.
I hate him, man. I hate him. I really do. I hate him. I hate you.
Light skin, pretty brown eyes. Hey, it's the year of the darkest.
It looks like we going with Mint Condition. I was trying to read in the comments.
Mint Condition, wait a minute now.
Oh, did we not go? Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Oh, Terrence didn't go. My bad, Tay Mac. My bad. So what's the score? What's the score on that one? I'm sorry. Let me slow down.
Right, you need to slow it on down.
So Sheila said In Vogue.
Yes.
AB said In Vogue.
Correct.
Yes.
Froggy said Mint Condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
D-Trip says Mint Condition. Tay Mac, it's on you, baby. My bad. It's on you. It's on you, brother. It's on me. My bad.
All right. Let me take y'all around the mulberry bush here for a second. So, as a young blossoming Tay Mac, of course, In Vogue album cover was on the wall. It was a necessity. It was an argument every day with me and my friends of who was the baddest chicken in Vogue. I want Dawn. No, you can't have Dawn. We arguing like we really got, you can't have Dawn. You gotta take one of the other ones. Dawn is mine. And for them to have really hit every mark on the musical marketing chart, they were beautiful, they were in shape, and flat out. I mean, that matters to the industry. That matters to the industry. And they could flat out blow.
Mm-hmm.
But they could not get along long enough to have a quality career. They could have arguably been the greatest female group ever assembled, but they could not get along.
Mm-hmm.
But they could sing. So I'm gonna put them aside. Mint Condition is a guilty pleasure, I guess. You know, my wife is from Minnesota. My wife's mother is a music teacher. Stokely was one of her students.
Wow.
When I get to Mint Condition concerts, and I happen to ask some friends to DJ, and I get to the back, and he says, "Hey, how was Mrs. Henderson? If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be a musician." They come from the house of Prince. They play all instruments. And like you said about Stokely being a drummer, Tony Braxton was on tour. Her drummer was sick. He played, you couldn't even, as bad as Tony is, you couldn't even watch Tony. You was watching the Bama back there on the drums. So all that being said, I gotta go Mint Condition.
There we go.
So
Okay.
be it. But T Mac, I'm gonna put Mint Condition, but I am going to seek to disbar you for inside trading that you utilize
That's
your
right.
wife and your knowledge of them and being a music teacher. So I
This is true.
I will be submitting my appeal for you, but I'll type in Mint Condition and we can move on. But I will let
Wait, we
you know
didn't
I will
ask the
seek an
fans.
appeal
You gotta
and
ask
injunction and an
Well,
injunction against you, T Mac, for
I
the
was trying to
information that
see.
you share.
I was trying to see if anybody had posted anything in the live. I didn't see anything.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else has anything on theirs, but I don't see anything on mine. So we're gonna go with what we have because I was looking to see just in case. But we do have one for Mint Condition. That's what I see.
Okay,
See,
well.
I
But
see.
before we go real quick, doesn't it feel dirty to go against to go against In Vogue? Don't it feel dirty?
It does.
That's why I'm turning you in.
Right. I already made my decision.
We just was talking about arguing about whose girl was with who, and you've betrayed, but that's no problem. Mint
I ain't gonna
Condition.
lie. I was mad at you brought him up earlier, DJ Q. I was mad at DJ GQ because he had the lead singer from In Vogue. I was like, this dude.
See,
Yeah, he got the layup. Yeah. Who he?
Yeah, I was mad about that.
Omar.
All right. So let's move. Hey, let's move on to the next one. All right. So the next one we have is what do we have? We have Brownstone versus 112. This one is a decent battle right here itself. Decent.
Not really for me, it ain't. But go ahead.
Yeah, for me, it ain't really. Yeah, this is.
well then let's
yeah,
get
this-
it popping in. Sheila,
All right.
let's get it popping in.
I'm going with Brownstone.
How
I can't
Really?
stand it. I can't
Really?
stand that.
Cancel
I
her
can't
mic.
stand that man's voice. That I can't stand. Him and T-Boz need to do an album together because
Oh,
I
no,
can't
no.
stand their voice.
Wow.
Imagine
So
how that album would
disrespectful.
sound.
No,
that would sound
Yeah,
terrible.
you see where I'm going? So I'm going with Brownstone.
Does Brownstone even write music? I'm just curious.
I don't know, but
Yeah, they don't. I'm telling you.
112, that whiny voice, him and T-Boz need to get together and sing something because that would be horrible. I mean, but I'm going with Brownstone.
What do they put in your gumbo or whatever you make?
Hey, I'm going with Brownstone. Like I said, it's about if I get chills when I hear something, I'm going with that person. And so I don't get no. I want to turn 112 off when I hear it. It's like, oh my God.
Wow.
Only
she
time
said
I get
turn it
chills
off.
is when I'm cold. So I mean that's fine. Yeah. All right.
Oh my God. It's like that. Oh.
So KB, you follow Sheila then.
All right. Yeah. It's 112. They could be fine, but it's kind of like, all right, who are they? Did they say do it and say it? Is that them? I don't know.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that's what I'm saying. See, it didn't even move me. See, you want chills, but it didn't even move me.
It moved me. They could sing to me, but
Well,
112, his voice.
That's fine. I got that. But I listen. 112. There's a club named after them in the streets of ATL.
I don't care.
I think.
remember-
actually, KB, I hate to correct you, but they were actually named after the club.
Well, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is correct. This is correct. This is correct.
You are correct. You are correct. But what I'm saying behind that is the fact that with the name like 112 to carry such heavy weight and to have the success level that they have. And remember, I'm the guy that speaks about impact and movements. And so the impact of seeing someone as a headliner, Brownstone has never been a headliner. for me and the world, you know. But anyway, Craig, but 112, they are headliners. The impact that they had during the tenure of what was going on with this group. Now you talk about whiny voice. I got you, but at the end of the day, just like Keith Sweat was a whiner of those days, we talked about it, but the dude made hits and he banged out records. So 112 has done a great job.
Did he discover 112?
Say what now? No.
Okay.
He discovered Silk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the impact of 112, and here's another thing. We also talking about the impact of a group for a city across the board. Where's Brownstone from? Anyone? Bueller?
I think they was from like
Chicago.
Philly. I don't know. I don't know where
Chicago.
They're from Chicago.
they were from Chicago.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
I
my
didn't know
point.
that.
Thank you, Miss
Chicago,
C.
I didn't, but you know what? I don't really care where a person is from. It's just like
But
for me, it's about what it feels, what I get
right,
from
but
that
here's
group. And I
here's
didn't
my
get
point.
anything.
Here's my point, because I want to get out. Here's my point. You're right. It's for you. It's not about they feel, but my point was how they represented a city, and the city stood up. Chicago didn't even wink about this group called Brownstone as a headliner. So,
but I don't even think that was kind of put out there. I don't know if it was put out there like that. Oh, they're from Chicago. They're from Chicago. It wasn't like they had to just keep saying, I'm from Chicago. I'm from, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody know R. Kelly is from Chicago, but Brownstone, and even like In Vogue, it's like no one, well, I guess Mint Condition, you know, but like certain groups, you don't know where they're from, but they just moved you.
It works. It works for me. I want to know where you're from because it's impact.
From. It's just
some groups are manufactured together, so where they may have kind of like the podcast. Okay, if we was a group, you got me from Jersey, you got Terrence from Philly, then you got KB from St. Louis, Sheila's from Chicago, and Froggy's from Memphis. I mean, we from all across.
But we will represent that city to the fullest.
Exactly.
You gonna know where I'm from. So anyway, so moving on. It's 112. It's 112 for me. It's 112 for me.
Tay Mac, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm cool. Brownstone's from LA, not Chicago. My bad.
See.
Say it. Do it.
Right.
I ain't got it. If you want me to say it, but I'm gonna do it.
There you go.
5 miles to empty.
And Grapevine. I heard it through the grapevine.
So that's 4 songs.
Oh, I was just listening to Marvin Gaye about that one. Y'all go ahead. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
The very first group of Michael Jackson records, Brownstone. I think, again, like Jade would have made more of an impact. I think Jade was probably a rip off of Brownstone. Just everything looked like them. I'm not a big fan of 112 at all. Cupid is okay, but the rest of it, I don't really care for. But if y'all hadn't brought up the other 2 songs from Brownstone, I would have gone 112, but because y'all named 4, and I can't name 4 112 songs, I can name 2. So I got to go Brownstone.
Oh, wow. So we changed your, okay. So Froggy, I'll let you go next.
Okay. All right. First of all, this is a insane battle right here because this obviously goes to 112. All right, Brownstone has like 2-3 songs that you can remember, but I'm looking and I can pull it up easily because I'm a DJ. I have Serato, but 112. You got Anywhere, that was a slow joint. You got Cupid, of course, that was a good one. You got Only You, the joint that they had with Biggie and Mace. You got Peaches and Cream. You got Dance With Me. They had Hot and Wet with Ludacris. They had some good party songs and also some slow songs. Now I can understand where Sheila said that his voice is a little irritating because it's not his voice. It's real. It's high. It's but in the same breath, I've heard some ladies that said that they love his voice. So it's one of those things. I guess it's one of those things you kind of either you love or you hate. You know what I'm saying? You either respect it or you're disgusted by it. And I think that overall, the impact of 112 is going to be longer lasting. I can go without playing If You Love Me by Brownstone, but I'm going to play Only You, by 112, Biggie and Mace. I'm going to play that. I'm going to play Peaches and Cream. That's going to get played. So it's like, me looking at it from a strictly musical standpoint, because whenever we do these battles, I look at it, okay, if I always used to, if you were stranded on an island type of thing, or if you had to take one of these artists away for the rest of your life, which one would you keep? So if I had to take away Brownstone or 112 for the rest of my life and never listen to or never play either one of them, Brownstone would have to go. 112 be the obvious one.
Gotcha.
Okay, and I'll go with me, and I'm going to go with 112. And the reason I'm gonna go with 112 is because they got more songs to me. They had more hits. Brownstone, I heard it through the grapevine, classic. If you want me to say it, I know women really love that song, and it was a really, really dope song for the late 90s. But 112, like you said, Peaches and Cream, Anywhere, Only You, you still gonna play that at all parties. So I'm going with 112. And I went to the comments, and it looks like it's a runaway with 112.
Okay, 112 it is. But it's still.
No, I was lying. I'm going 112 too. I'm lying. I'm going 112.
No, don't switch it up. No. Hold that. Hold
No,
what you
I'm
said.
going with Brownstone. That's my fight. Because if I was on the island, I would want to hear Brownstone. I would want to hear 112. I could not listen to Brown. I would probably jump in the river.
Sheila
in the water.
Sheila, you are consistent. You are a consistent old school R&B chooser.
Yeah.
Because everybody you've chosen so far is like older artists, or they have a more R&B sound. There's no crossover with Sheila. If you guys All right, let's go to the next one. So the next one we have Next versus Guy. This is a first round knockout to me.
There is.
I'll go first. Guy first. Hey,
first?
Guy today, Guy yesterday, Guy in the future. Go.
Word.
Next.
Yeah, I'll jump on in. Yeah, I got to give it to Guy. You know what I'm saying? All day long, there's Guy. Next, we love him. We love Next. You know what I'm saying? They got some joints that that we still bang to this day. But yeah. They got a couple. Next has a couple of classics, but Guy wins this all day, every day.
Yep. Shoot, Teddy Jam versus Step Back, You're Dancing Kind of Close. Nah. Yeah, it's too easy. Anybody else disagree? Because I think we can probably move on this one pretty fast.
We can move on.
Yeah, you can move on.
Let's go to Guy. All right, so this one is a decent one. I think I'll go first with this one. I know me and Froggy was going back and forth with this one before. But one thing that I'm going to say about this one here is, and let me go ahead and explain that for the people, we have Jagged Edge versus LSG. Now, LSG as a group, individuals, Levert, Sweat, Gill, they win this battle to me. However, as a group, they had the one album, What's Behind Door Number One. They also had the there was another, My Body, All Over Your Body, that one. But Jagged Edge to me had more, they have a more complete catalog. Feels Like I Just Walked Out of Heaven. Gotta Be. I'm going with Jagged Edge. Who wants to go next?
If I could jump in second, and this is the conversation that we had when we talked a couple of weeks ago about this, is that if you were basing it on individual stuff, you know what I'm saying, Levert, Sweat, and Gill, those are like three of my favorite crooners from back during that time. If you know what I'm saying, that's a concert I would go see. I would go see an LSG concert, but I wouldn't go see it for the LSG music. I would go to see Keith Sweat do what Keith Sweat does, Gerald Levert do what Gerald Levert does, and Johnny Gill do what Johnny Gill does. So if I have to isolate the LSG music and put that up against the Jagged Edge music, then I got to go with Jagged Edge.
I agree. Y'all make the exact point that I would make. I agree.
Yep.
So it looks like it's JE.
That's right.
JE across the board. All right. So the next one we have is, I think this one might be a little. Let's see how this one goes. Let's see who's going to be the contrarian. The next one that we have, I think we went with Jagged Edge for that one over LSG. So now we have Soul for Real versus BBD.
Let me go first.
Go right ahead.
I can never, ever, ever remember in Soul for Real's whole catalog, that they would give us the most important piece of information that any young man had to have in the 90s. Never trust a big button to smile. BBD by KO.
Okay.
There it is.
Word.
Sheila?
Word.
What you
Yeah,
got,
I'm
Sheila?
going with BBD myself, even though, you know, some of the stuff is kind of raunchy, but I'm going with BBD because they part of New Edition. Come on now.
Okay.
They
Okay.
did say- they
I'm
did
going to
say
be the contrary. I'm just going to bring up a point though. So let's see. So with Soul for Real, they had the song. You know, everybody know the little dance. Everybody knows the dance. Everybody know the dance. And then they had the other song. What was it? Hey, fraud. What was it?
Every little thing I do.
Every little
Mhm.
step I do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
On my
about that.
mind.
Right.
Remember they had that one too, but I think, and then they had the Ain't No Sunshine When She's Born. They did the little acapella in that, and that was it. So I was just trying to bring that up as a point, but BBD for the knockout.
Hey, let me
I have
ask
a little
something.
footnote.
So if you want to put some hate on BBD, let's dig into the lyrics. Backstage, underage, adolescent. How you doing? Hi. He replied, I sighed. I like to do the wild thing. Action took place.
Hey,
Kind of wet.
what?
Uh-huh.
Yet the
Hey.
Come on.
the I, the M, the Y. Yo, I
need a body bag.
Free R. Kelly. Free
Yeah,
R. Kelly.
exactly. I was
Get
just about to
BBD.
say that. They need to
Free
go
R.
ahead and free
Kelly.
R. Kelly then
Free R.
because,
Kelly.
you know,
Don't
that
Here we
ain't
go
right.
get BBD.
Yeah,
Give them some cellmates. Don't free
and for the record, Ronnie DeVoe was 23 years old when he wrote that. When that came out, he was 23 years old.
They were grown men. Yeah.
The low pro host should be cut like an afro.
What you saying, huh?
And he ain't talking about the head.
Me and the crew used to do her.
How do I know? Because me and the crew used to do it.
Hey, BBD for the win. All right, so the next one. I think this one's a pretty good one right here. I'm sorry. This one
hardest.
Oh yeah,
this is going to be a hard one. I don't know if this was going to be the hardest, but I think this is a hard one.
This is probably the hardest one.
So let me go ahead and give this one for the people that are listening. We have High Five versus Troop. T-Mac, I'm going to let you start on that one. Go.
Oh, that's a hard one.
So this is very difficult for me because I am a Chucky Booker fan. All right.
Okay.
Troop has the Chucky Booker fingerprints all over it. Spread My Wings is a beautiful song. One of my son's favorite songs. They are one of the very few groups that did Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 justice with All I Do Is Think of You.
Amen.
Troop had November Rain, which was a very nice song as well. And they could dance. They was like it was like a Jerry curl to BBD. However, these young dudes from Waco, Texas, had the sound that of the 90s that I loved, which is that heavy synthesizer sound. And if you had an urban movie, whether it was Minister Society or Boys in the Hood, High Five had a song on your soundtrack, whether it was Unconditional Love or, this was tough.
I Never Should Have Let You Go.
Never Should Have Let You Go from the soundtrack, Whoopi Goldberg soundtrack, Sister Act. As much as I like Troop, I got to go High Five.
Oh, he put it out there. I'll go next. Between the two groups, I think that Troop had Mamacita. They had Spread My Wings, and I think they did a beautiful job on the Michael Jackson song. They also had I'm Not Souped, which was a big song.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You say I'm ego tripping and my mind is slipping, but when we go to when we hear High Five though, they had the Kissing Game, and all the name and all the other songs that Terrence just named. So one thing I'm gonna do is, and And somebody did say Troop. They mentioned the song Deeper, which is the slow song by them, which was a dope song. But I think High Fives, man. I think their music is timeless. The Kissing Game is timeless. You hear that on the radio to this day, all the time. And Froggy, I'm sure you can attest to this, and I'll let you speak your piece on it. But if I'm doing like a happy hour or a brunch or something like that, I always play the Kissing Game, and everybody sings it word for word. So I'm going with High Five.
Okay. Well, let me come in on the tail end of that. You make a compelling argument. You know what I'm saying? And originally I was thinking Troop, but now that you really got me thinking about it, because I mean, okay, Spread My Wings was one of my favorite songs back in the day. I think I was in maybe the 10th grade when that song came out. Me and my homeboys, we learned the whole dance routine and stuff. Remember, they was dancing on like top of the bill. We learned whole dance routine, everything. So Spread My Wings. I love Mama Seats. I love I'm Not Soup. I love all of that. Right. But when I think of High Five, and I'm thinking, I like the way, Kissing Game, and then also She's Playing Hard to Get. When I think about She's Playing Hard to Get, I'm like, ooh, those are like bangers that I have to play. Like I will always play I Like the Way. I won't always play a Troop song. I can go without playing a Troop song. If I'm DJing a happy hour with 90s hip hop, I can go without playing a Troop song. I can't go without playing a High Five song. So for that reason, I've actually been swayed. Within your arguments, you actually swayed me. I'm going High Five. I was gonna go Troop though. I seriously, up until right before you got done speaking, I was gonna go Troop.
Okay. So we got, how many High Fives do we have? So it's me and Froggy. Who else? Terrence, did you go yet? Oh,
I went first.
Okay, my bad. So yeah, so KB, who you got?
Top five. I think one of the key words that you stated, so we can continue to move on, is timeless. And then also what my DJ said. I can go without playing a Troop. I mean, I might be driving a car and play a Troop song here and there, but High Five is timeless, and the cuts that they have, and even when you mentioned I think T Mac spoke about, if you're gonna do a Black You Gotta Die in the Hood movie, you're gonna have a High Five when you're trying to make it right with her. So it's High Five for the win for me.
Sheila?
Cause I be holding back. What?
I thought you was gonna bust Playing Hard to Get.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. I really want to say both. To be honest with you, I can't. It's hard to pick, but I love that.
Only one winner.
I love that hook, but I guess I don't really have no choice anyway. But I'm saying both. But my jam is cause I be holding back. What? Love so real. Cause I can't wait enough.
And guess what? That is that's a classic song. It's classic.
Yo, somebody said in the chat, you're right. Just Can't Handle It. For High Five was definitely a monster hit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, was.
It had the dance steps to that too.
Yeah. Shout out, Marlon.
I think that we have to go with High Five wins that one.
High Five wins that one, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
That was one of the hardest. I think that was probably.
Yeah, that was
very hard.
That was a hard one. That was a hard one. I know we got one more hard one after this one. So this one is a first round knockout for me. Yeah. I'll go ahead and start it off. It's new for those that are listening. It's New Edition versus the Boyz. The Boyz had Down My Heart.
How you just gonna type it in? You ain't even let us talk yet.
Look.
Before we even voted,
I'm taking over. I'm cheating. You can turn it in and say that they won, like the last Trump election. Yeah, we keep it moving.
Hey, let me see. I'm trying to think of the Boyz had
Down My Heart,
Lucky Charm.
Let's Go Crazy. You got me going crazy.
And Lucky Charm. Ooh,
yeah, Lucky Charm. Yeah.
Lucky Charm. But
they had something else too.
New Edition.
Thank you.
I know, right?
Yeah, they had that one. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, bro.
Yeah, even though
New Edition they had Hit Me Off.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking 90s. I'm just thinking 90s. I didn't even go back to the old stuff. I'm saying, but they had Hit Me Off.
New Edition.
They had
Well, they didn't have much in the '90s because Heartbreak came out in
man.
'89.
That's
So
But it-
and
that-
the only thing New Edition dropped in the '90s was when they got with Puffy in like '96, '97. That was when they put 2 albums out in the '90s, like with Puffy. But all the other New Edition stuff was was '80s.
Well, see, here's the thing though. That last album came out in '89, but it rode all the way through the first
Absolutely
90, 91, and 90, 92. So those
Yeah.
three, because I mean, sorry, You're Not My Kind of Girl came out when they came out with the white suits. All that was like in the early 90s. So that puts them in this category.
True.
So New Edition.
Yeah, easy
hands
win.
down. Yeah, that's easy win. That's
talk about
not
that
even
one.
debatable.
Yeah.
They definitely. All right, here we go. So the next one, this one's a hard one to me. This is the hardest one, I think. And for those that are listening, we have Destiny's Child versus SWV. SSWW to the V.
I'm going
Destiny's
first.
Child
I'm
versus
going first.
SWV. Go ahead, Sheila. I'm gonna let you, because I want to hear the ladies' point of view. And I'm looking in the chat too.
SWV. I'm going with SWV.
I had a feeling you would go with them.
Yeah, I
Because
did.
they
Like I
had more
said,
of a
Destiny's
mature
Child
sound.
was,
Talk to me.
I don't know. Something about Destiny's Child didn't appeal to me. I don't know what they. They look like they needed some gold teeth. I don't know. I just didn't. To go with their style. I guess I don't know. It just didn't appeal. So I'm going with SWV. Just the all the songs that they had, the harmonies, Coco. I think she could blow all of them out the window. So yeah, I'm going with SWV.
Okay. All right. So we had our lady of the panel said SWV. Now we do have another lady that's in here. She said SWV on our chat. So who wants to go next? I'll let one of you fellas go.
I'll jump onto it so I can kind of conclude, so we can keep it moving. Something that Sheila said, that she says it a lot, but it definitely registered with me for this particular group as well. Destiny Child, I know their relevance, but they never moved me at all. As a fan of music, I understood their impact, but they never moved me. But once again, I'm gonna go back and say with the things that I'm speaking of: impact, showstoppers, and time frame of what that looked like. And SWV, I mean, it was something particular about these young ladies. I mean, that first album was a knockout across the board. They spoke about things that sometimes people didn't even know. I mean, I think some people thought downtown was shopping if you was whack, but outside of that, but it was really unique on what they represented. And like Sheila said, Coco could just blow, like for real. And if you really think about it, they were just like, it's like they weren't trying too hard. They were just some down earth, timely, within the times, young ladies. Sometimes they wore hats to the back, little bitty cut off jean shorts, long nails, chilling. And it was just really soulful with the way that group operated and the way they sung. And anyone that can add a Michael Jackson remix and incorporate it into a song and it still be popping, SWV for me for the win.
Yeah, I'm going SWV.
Okay. All right. Tay Mac, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. No. Bills. Bugaboo. Say My Name. Jumpin'. Independent Women Part 1.
Angry Black Woman. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Survivor. Bootylicious. Emotion. Nasty Girl. Lose My Breath. Soldier. Girl. And Cater to You. Those are some of the songs from their discography. I, am a man of a certain age, and Destiny's Child was not on my radar because, it was more juvenile. SWV was more my age group, and they had, some good songs. But when I look at what and I know SWV's impact on Black women, my wife and all of my female friends are like, when SWV does a concert, we there. Or SWV, they did the little TV show, whatever it was, they watched it, and I because of them, I learned of the, you know, how heavy SWV is in the you know, in the sisters' lives. But I can't ignore that Destiny's Child discography. I can't ignore that. Every one of them songs was chart-topping songs, all of them. And
I have to agree. I mean, that's a great point.
I as weird as it seems that I own no Destiny Child songs, no albums. I do own the SWV album, but I got to go Destiny's Child.
Wow. I could say, man, y'all brought out the nuke bombs on that one, because I was really right. Because now, okay, so do me a favor, Terrence, since you pulled up discographies while I'm speaking, I want you to pull up SWV's discography. Because
like
one
of
thing
their songs could take three of theirs.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
I think that makes a point for them, though. So I mean, if you're really going to rock with SWV, you got to say why. I mean, I agree with what you said as far as the Michael Jackson joint. That's one of my favorite songs, and I'm sure Froggy, that's probably one of his. He always got to play that one as well.
Yeah, right here, yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, right here.
So,
I mean, that's just a classic. So Terrence, did you get their discography yet?
Yes.
Okay, so give me some of the SWV discographies, because this is a heavyweight battle. I think we got it. It's okay to spend a little bit of time on this one.
Right here, I'm So Into You. Weak, right here, the Human Nature version, because both versions was hits. So the remix and the original both were hits.
True.
Downtown, You're Always on My Mind. Anything, You're the One. Use Your Heart, It's All About You. Can We, Lose My Cool. And the rest of these are songs that I don't quite remember. But that's a hell of a run in itself.
Damn.
And I do feel that
I thought Destiny's Child killed it with that until you start reading them. I was like, oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's the.
I think
that's why I said it'd be dangerous.
SWV, like one of SWV songs could knock out 3 of Destiny Child songs. Like we could probably knock out 7 of them.
See here.
You know, I'm just saying.
Here's the thing, though. The one thing that about this group, like these two groups, the one thing that makes this really difficult also is because of the type of music they had.
Correct.
When you hear what was the song?
Great point.
Name, I know it's Can You Keep Up?
Lose My Breath.
Lose My Breath.
That's one of those fast dancing songs that ladies go out there and they get busy to. And SWV, I wouldn't see, like, I can't say that they would have something that ladies would just get busy to. They would be sitting around, you know, or they be doing karaoke singing week, or you know, something like that. But I don't see them just like getting busy on the dance floor or anything like that. Now, let me see. So SWV had Weak, and Destiny's Child had No. Remember, they had the slow version and they had the fast version.
Right.
So I guess like I'm trying to compare when I look at it.
Well,
since they're so different, I guess I'm trying to meet them in the middle by saying, okay, if I compare Weak versus No, the slow version, or you know, like right here, like the fast version, you know, the Wu-Tang version, or is it the, you know what I mean? Like, how can I meet them in the middle to where I can make that fair?
Well, that song would be Cater to You, which would be their slow.
Cater to You would go against Weak. Yeah.
Okay, so Cater to You versus Weak.
Okay, Weak.
So, and if you take something like you said, Lose My Breath is a big song, but do you know how huge Survivor was for
Survivor was crazy.
Black woman that has ever been?
Yeah.
That's a woman's anthem.
In their life.
That's a woman's anthem.
That was the anthem. That was the anthem.
Well, once you play Weak and you play that against Cater to You, people are gonna start. Everything. What is the song? Get what did I go?
Right, that's right.
Time
You're right.
after time. Right, you know what I'm trying to
Yeah,
sing. But everybody gonna
Right.
just start singing weak because you just know it. I get so weak. Blood starts racing through my veins. You know what I'm saying? Like you just thought it just I don't know. To me, like I said, stuff has to it's time.
It's to me, this is the hardest one. And I guess I'm just trying to figure out, you know, I guess I'm trying to say I'm just trying to meet them in the middle. And I'm not even talking about Beyonce's. Forget what, you know, I mean, you know, she's in a bracket with herself. So we're not even talking about her. We're just talking about what they did as a group. Now, somebody did say, you got to choose the group that had all the original members. Now, SWV has always had the same three. They never had like a song come out, then the video come out, and there's two other people in it. They never had that.
Well, and let me add two things. Let me correct something earlier. And I'm gonna go back and catch up real quick. I want to correct something about what Marlon stated, because I said that he said about the one song, Just Can't Handle It. I thought he said Monster. He said it was another molester song, but we'll fall back into that. But I want to correct what I stated incorrectly. But he said Just Can't Handle It was a molester song, not a monster song. So
it was a big song though, too.
I want to correct
we'll talk about that later.
I want to correct that for Marlon, so I correct that. But moving back forward, another point when you say you're trying to meet them in the middle, because as I look through the chat and I'm looking at different things, and it's something that T Mac did, and is fighting on my spirit. And listen to the chat and kind of talking to people live as well. SWV never crossed over into pop to boost a higher level of what their career looks like. And I'm only bringing that up because Tripp said leveling it off, because it seemed for a moment coming into this, I was like, we say it's gonna be hard, but for me personally, it's SWV. But at the same time, I'm saying, was I not trying to be a Destiny Child fan on purpose because they seem like little girls, you know? So there's a shift in what the music. So when T Mac was reading that catalog, I was just like, man, those girls were really making some impactful music, like bang, 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 bang. Because I love SWV and I know what they represented for the time that they came out. And even now, like T Mac, you won't catch me playing a Destiny Child song. There's no Destiny Child song in my Spotify that plays at all on any rotation. However, I've got to respect the catalog. And when he broke it down like that, when he broke it down like that, I was just like, man, that changes the scope a little bit. Because remember, when we're choosing, we got to go deeper than just what we like. We've got to kind of break it down on what makes them the winner beyond what we like. So I'm sticking with what I chose, but I might get a call from somebody and says, you know, was your answer tainted? Was this your answer? I'm feeling like, you know, your boy from the football movie, when they say, you know, is this your signature? You know, I don't know. I'm really thinking here.
So we got to come back to you.
I already said what I said, but I'm waiting to hear what
you say.
Let's see what Froggy.
SWV.
Wait, what did you say? I don't remember.
He said SWV.
I said SWV.
Okay.
And I didn't answer yet. I didn't answer. Damn it. I'm gonna let Froggy go, and then I'll try to come back because I'm a little conflicted, and I just want to hear what the fellow DJ says. So Froggy, go ahead. Let's see if you can sway me like I swayed you early.
Okay, all right. When I look at both of these playlists, you know, we do have two heavy hitters, but they are from a different time. You know, you got Destiny's Child, which came out in the late 90s and then led on into the 2000s, and then you got an early 90s vibe with with SWV. So, right here and week and all that stuff, that was 92, 93. That was my freshman year at TSU. So those songs did touch me in a different way as far as like connecting. Like I remember slow dancing with chicks at Club Malibu. You know what I'm saying? I remember it's certain memories that I got. It's certain memories that I got connected to the SWV music. But at the same time, I am a DJ. And I do recognize what was coming on the TV on a regular basis. And, as we said before in the TLC one, okay, which one of these groups was a headliner selling out arenas and which one of these groups was an opening act for a headliner? And then I just did, you do your Googles or whatever. And I looked at, okay, out of the SWV, discography, we named a lot of songs, what I'm saying, that were good, but what were they charting? Like Right Here was like 92 on the top 100 list. So it was a good song. We liked the song, but as far as mass popularity, it wasn't a massively popular song. It touched me at the time in 92 because I was 18 years old. But if you look at like the songs by SWV that went top 3, you got Weak was number 1, Right Here was number 2, and that was it. Those are the only 2 songs that they had that made the top that ranked top 3. Now, if we go to Destiny's Child, No 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 was number 3. Bills was number 1. Jumpin' was number 3. Independent Women Part 1, that was number 1. Survivor was number 2. Bootylicious was number 1. Lose My Breath was number 3. Soldier was number 3. They have a string of top hits that were coming out, and this was between the years of 97 and 2005, before you started getting the Beyonce singles and all of this other type of stuff.
Where was Say My Name for Froggy? I'm just curious, what did that fall at?
Say My Name was number 1. Say My Name was the number 1. Was the number 1 song.
Okay, I got my answer.
But let me just throw in something here, and I know this is just, but it's funny because I love me some Wynton Marsalis, and he said one time he had went to the Grammys with his father, and his father was sitting there, watching everything. He's like, just because these people win, I hope you don't think this is real music. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just gonna leave that right there. But go ahead, okay.
I love Ellis Marsalis, but he was player hate. I love Ellis Marsalis. One of the greatest fathers in music.
Rest his soul. But he made us point, and it was like, and Wynton was like, it hit him like, you're right. Just because people are saying, oh, this is what it should be, don't remake it real. I'm just gonna leave that there. Just because it's making money and this is a gimmick right now, it's okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna leave that there. But I'm going with SWV.
The other thing that we also have to take into account is the musical influence that Destiny's Child imprinted onto R&B music at the time. They started that sing-songy. They had a cadence and a rhythm of their singing, which was totally different than what the music was. It wasn't like traditional R&B, which was you hit on the syllables. It was very sing-songy. I'm trying to think of the
was it choppy, more choppy?
There was a variance in the cadence.
Exactly. The cadence had its own musical texture, which was different than what the actual music was. So it was like listening to 2 separate songs that just happened to match together. And up until they started doing that, we hadn't heard that. Now it's like the norm, but we didn't really hear people. It was I'm trying to think of a good word for it. It's like syncopation. Mm-hmm. What they did vocally did not hit at the same count as the record. They were, so if the music was playing on the count of 8, they were probably singing on the count of 12 or 16. And it was just made for a very, very, very different sound. And then after that, you heard so many other people doing it, but they were the first that I heard doing it.
So Froggy, what was your answer?
Oh, my answer was Destiny's Child. Destiny's Child.
So we have KB is SWV, Sheila's SWV. Tay-Mac, you're Destiny's Child.
Mm-hmm.
Froggy, you're Destiny's Child.
Absolutely.
And it's funny. I'm looking in our chat, and one thing that I can tell also is that I think that since a lot of times we go with our heart and our feeling, and what I mean by our heart and our feeling, because yes, if I have, like the SWV, the second album, when they had on the brown, they was sitting on the couch. I used to bang that in the car. I would ride around and bang that in the car, but I don't have a Destiny's Child album. Now as a DJ, of course I do, but that's not something I would just be riding in the car listening to. And I think it's also, Terrence made a good point to where it's just a difference in age. Now I always thought Beyonce was fine. Even when she came, I was like, yo, who is that one? Who is that one right there? Knew she was going to be big one day. Not as big as she is now, but man, I was always like, who is that one? So, but based on like just listening to what Froggy said, as far as going song for song, even though I am a big SWV fan, I got to go with Destiny's Child.
It is.
It is.
So it looks like Destiny's Child wins that one.
Well, what are the people in the comments?
Out of us. Well, we only had, let me see, we had a couple of persons. Somebody asked, was it Destiny's Child when they had the first 4 group members, or was it when they had the next 4 group members, or was it when they finished with the 3? And I think, like even when they got grown, like they did Survivor and things of that nature, even Cater to You, it just adds on to, I mean, I just think that they have more hits than SWV. That's the thing that gets me.
Right.
So, all right. So this one here, I think this one's a tricky one right here.
Mm-hmm.
For the people, we have Janae versus Color Me Bad. This is a tricky one. This is one of these probably would have got knocked out by somebody else earlier, or like one of the earlier 2 groups if they had been matched up. But this is the luck of the draw. So Janae versus Color Me Bad, and I'll go first. I'm gonna go with Janae. I thought they had more songs. Color Me Bad had the monster hit though. Everybody knew Sex You Up. They had the monster hit. It was on the the New Jack City soundtrack?
Yep.
And it was crazy. You couldn't go nowhere without hearing that song. And then they followed it up with the Mia Moore song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I adore Mia Moore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I think Janae had the Everybody,
that is the group thing.
And they had the group thing.
Hey, Mr. DJ. And
then they had Hey, Mr. DJ.
Hey, Mr. DJ. And then they had Sending All My Love for You.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's like 3 hits to 2. So I'm going with Janae. Who's next?
I'm going with Janae.
Okay, so 2 for Janae. Froggy, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Yeah, it's easy for Janae. I mean, Hey, Mr. DJ, that's a song about DJ. So, you know what I'm saying? That's, I'm gonna have to go with that one. And they had Groove Thing. And remember, they did redo Shame.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep, they did.
Yeah, they redid Shame for the Marlon Wayans. I mean, that's the Marlon Wayans for the Wayans movie, Low Down Dirty Shame.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, they redid Shame for that. Yeah. So yeah, Janae wins this one.
Okay. Tay-Mac.
Here's my dilemma. Janae, pride and joy of Temple University, North Carolina. Stand up. That album was dope. The best stuff that they had on the album didn't even get radio play.
Mm-hmm.
Last 4 slow songs that they had on the album, nah, was incredible. I didn't particularly care for half the fast stuff. Mr. DJ was cool, whatever. But we talking about the animal that would sex you up. The animal that would sex you up. As much as I love the first Janae album, you could forget it that quick. You could forget it. Right now, we wasn't going this 32 that you'd probably never hear a Janae song on the radio or anywhere you are, you wouldn't hear it. You could be in the mall at, I don't know, whatever store you in at the mall, and you hear, ooh, and guess what you're gonna do? Yo, that was the shot. That
You
was
wouldn't-
the
no.
shot.
Well, to
You
be
wouldn't say that was
honest
the
with
shot.
you,
You'd say, yo, that was the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
I was in
You can
Target
cuss on
the
here.
other day. I was in Target the other day and they were playing Hey Mr. DJ and I was like, I forgot about this stuff. And I went to go play it because I'm like, I love Jeanne, but so I can't,
No,
they
no,
will
no.
play.
Listen. No, you heard that because you was in the South Side at the
No, I
Target.
was not. I was on the
You know,
north
hey,
side.
you know,
I
Sheila
was
don't
shocked
keep
that they
it.
was playing it.
You know, she don't shop on the south side.
Listen,
I don't shop on
I
the
can
south.
tell you this. I can guarantee you, I got 3 Targets around me in Roswell, and they ain't never been on the radio. I can
Man, it was at this Target.
So, but for every one time they played Johnny, I can guarantee that it played Color Me Bad twice. Monster hit.
I don't think so.
Monster hit.
I don't know if Sex You Up
Listen,
is a mall song.
Listen.
She says it's not a mall song.
Right, you know what I'm saying? It's not one of those mall songs. You know, maybe one of those like where they got like the beauty supply, like one of those shopping centers where you got the Korean beauty supply, but not a mall song, you know.
Well, they got the mall got mall ladies dressing as.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. One of them
So Terrence, who
Korean
you got?
beauty
Who you got?
Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted with this BS about she heard Jeanne at the Target.
I did.
From
on the north side.
Yeah, right. Imagine that. Anyway, imagine that.
This is a mall song. Go ahead.
The world could forget Jeanne. You cannot forget Sex You Up. I gotta go Sex You Up. I gotta go Color Me Bad.
Wow, he's saying the one song cancels a whole group.
You can't. You can forget. If you're not a DJ, you can forget Jeanne's song. You can forget any of them. And I got the album. They from the crib. But if I can go out here and knock on my neighbor's door right now and say, hey, listen, I got this Jeanne album. They'll say, who? But I said, oh, listen, here go this Color Me Bad. Oh,
they gonna say, who?
I know that song. And this is one of the very few times that the one trumps the many.
Wow. He is.
That was a good argument, but
that's a hell of an argument.
Still ain't at the mall.
This is a violation, man. This is a violation. You have just chosen 3 white men over 2 black women. This is in an R&B battle. I just want to point this out now. I'm not making this racial, but I'm just saying in an R&B battle, you have
2 white men.
It's 3. It was 3. I mean, it was 3 white dudes and 1 black dude. I promise you.
2 white, 1 Hispanic, 1 black.
Listen. It's fine. You just the black man all together. The black man was there. Millie Vanilli, he was there.
Had a fake George Michael. So KB, who you got?
Listen, Linda, listen. In a basketball game, Michael Jordan could have been the MVP of the finals. But when John Starks or Kevin Johnson dunks, you say, did you see how he dunked on Jordan and them? To T-Mac's point, he is correct. This is one where the one trumps them all because he is correct. I will give Zane credit for great musicianship. I will. And they were brave to start off. It became the thing where the first time in a long time outside of Sinead O'Connor, 2 black bald head women could sing really well. And took away before India.Arie, I'm so not my hair, and they were moved. But I do not remember, and Sheila, you cannot tell me that you cut your hair bald because these bald head women was singing.
You know, they have nothing to do with that, though.
No. Let me finish my point.
Go ahead.
Color Me Bad. Outside, I'm a movie guy too. Every time I see Nino and that girl dancing to that song in that movie, and she go tweet. They go, I wanna sex you up.
Good old unique one. Good old
This
unique one.
Unique one,
this,
yes.
this song,
Got
this
that.
song, this
If
That
I was
right
you,
there.
that
if
one,
I was you, I'd be looking for the pimples on her booty.
right. And look, at that point, that scene separated brothers as deep as it was. Also, we're talking about a movement of a group that came out of nowhere, underdog, nothing great about them, that produced a song across the board that will always. You're right. I can only sing the hooks on Zane songs. A group thing. Hey, Mr. DJ. That's it. But you talking about these men that took the nation by storm beyond just cutting their hair off and being two bald-headed women. So for me, I am going to agree with T-Mac and go Color Me Bad were the one, but also the album for me was also, they've got 4 or 5 cuts on that album. If you don't believe me, go look them up and play them. But there are 4 to 5 cuts on that song. But the one for me does trump the many. And I'm going to go with Color Me Bad.
Man.
Oklahoma.
So I said, John, so we had 3-2 on here. And according to the chat, we had Color Me Bad. Somebody said, I love Jeanne, but I never got any booty to them. Sex you up though, booty, booty, booty. Shout out to my man Goldie.
Goldie, what's up, Goldie?
Nasty, just nasty.
Happy belated birthday if I didn't tell you. I got a cigar for you when I get the shot.
So
you know what? I figured Goldie said that. That sounds like a Goldieism.
That sounds like a Goldieism, didn't it? That sound like a Goldie answer. So you know what though? I am going to retract my vote. I think that you guys have swayed me, and the reason I say that is this is why I say you swayed me. Now I am a big proponent of somebody having more consistency or more hits and things of that nature. However, you are correct. Sending My Love was a great song. Everybody, It's a Groove Thing was a great song. Hey, Mr. DJ, like Froggy said, hey, I mean, it's about DJs. Who wouldn't want a song about the guy that's playing the music? Mr. DJ. But you're right, though. Color Me Bad is a different monster. I mean, that one song is a different monster. I mean, I'm wondering how long that stayed on the Billboard #1, because I know it hit #1. But I'm just curious of how many weeks, because I remember a whole summer whenever that song came out. So that had to be 91, 92 or something like that. It was on the charts like forever because it was on the radio forever. But one thing that I will, and one argument for Jeanne before I move on is this. When you hear Sex You Up, do you think, I'm just asking this as a question for the panel, do you think that Sex You Up got as much, was it really, 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 was it really a really good song? Or do you think that it got the pub because they were talking about sex at the time when sex really, before sex wasn't really spoken about on an album? Now, of course, like all of our old crooners, they, of course, Teddy Pendergrass, Come On and Go With Me. He basically trying to get some ass. But what I'm saying is, he didn't just come out and say, I'm trying to get some ass, but like this one had, hey, I want to sex you up.
4 weeks, #1.
So it was 4 weeks.
You said just 4 weeks only. It seemed like it was #1 for a long time.
So it was only 4 weeks.
#1. I'm sorry.
Wow. And did Hey Mr. DJ ever hit #1? I'm just curious.
Hey Mr. DJ, it was it was #3 on the US R&B and #2 on the US dance. Never hit #1.
Okay. So and when we talk about that song, also, like the reason I asked, was it really a good song? Because that Joker said, we can do it till we both wake up.
Still trying to figure out what that lyric means. Still trying to figure it out.
Right?
Well,
Was
we
that
can do
some?
it till we both wake up.
Huh?
Was we sweet? I mean, like
he said what he said, but I'm still going with Jodeci. Go ahead. Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking that question. That's why I said, was it really a good song? Because back then, remember, sex was kind of a taboo to talk about at that time. Remember,
Right. As directly as they talked about it.
As directly as they came out with it. Because even like Salt and Pepper came out. Let's talk about sex. That was a big song, like in 1990.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good song. It really was a good song. He could sing, and it was like he had, soul to his voice, and then found out he was white or whatever he was, Puerto Rican. I don't know what he was, but and then the group, like the other members were like white, and this one black guy. I mean, it was a good song. It really was a good song and a very soulful song, and but for me, you already know I'm going with Janae. But do you, boo, do you?
And I adore Mia Moore also peaked at
that was a good one too
on the Billboard as well.
So let me offer a little insight to why Sex You Up hit so heavy in every demographic. One, it was a catchy song. It was a catchy song. And I don't think the sex had anything to do with it. They could have said.
I think it did.
I think it did too, but go ahead.
I don't think it did, because we was listening to rap music, and they wasn't saying nothing, and we ain't hearing no rap songs. But the main reason why it hit so hard in so many different demographics is we didn't pay attention to what the sample was. The sample was "Tonight Is the Night."
Betty Wright, right?
Exactly. So you had the older demographic reminiscent on the Betty White song, and you got the younger ones that's being introduced to it. Good music is good music, and what they did was they took the best of both worlds and they mashed them together to make a monstrous hit.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm going left. I think I'm going with Janae. So Froggy, you still staying with? I mean, not Janae. I'm sorry. I think I'm going with "Color Me Bad" just because of that one song. But I think they'll be eliminated after that. But go ahead, Froggy, you sticking with Janae?
I'm sticking with Janae. I'm sticking with Janae.
Yeah, I stick with what
I believe in my sisters. No sellout.
That's right. That's right. Power to the people. That's right.
And know her either.
Right. Hey, that's right. That's right.
Oh yeah. Hey, my man. Okay, so one more Goldieism before we go. I think he tried to clear up that. He said we're gonna smash each other till we fall asleep, and then we wake up together. So that's basically what he was trying to say that they were saying.
He failed.
We both wake up.
It was bad. It was bad. That's the thing. That like the lyrics were badly stated. Like how say do it till we both wake up. But then he really means go to sleep and then wake up again. Come on, you got it. And this wasn't a freestyle. He wrote this. He wrote this down, thought about it, and was like, let me say this out loud in front of a microphone. That's the part that's the weird part to me.
Well, Froggy, to your point, and for anybody that's from New Orleans, I there's always something that someone writes that leaves you like, because to this day, and for years, I have still been trying to find out when Master P says we living like potatoes. I am still trying to figure out what living like potatoes means, but we'll continue R&B because at your request,
we'll do that one on
I'm just saying.
They grow and they sprout.
We've been saying that for years.
They grow and they sprout. Go ahead.
So here's the last one. Here's the last one for this evening. The last one for this evening is this. This one to me is a sneaky good one too.
It is.
For those that are listening, you have Shy versus Escape. Shy versus Escape. Sheila, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, this is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Shy on this one. And I it's because they had that one song that I just loved. Baby, I'm yours if you need me. I don't know what it was about that song, but it's something.
Maybe
you know how like you said, certain
classic.
songs bring up memories, and I think that one just brought up a good memory. Escape, I liked Every Man Was a Woman. I like that one, but I just I don't know. They just look too rough to me. I'm going with Shy.
She said they look too rough for me. But that's what Biggie said too. He the one that put a dent in their career.
Oh,
Okay, so
big.
you going with Shy. KB, go next.
I'll be honest with you. I do like what Sheila said about Shy when she said that song and it took her in a good place. It was a very feel good song. It was. They were a unique group. If I'm correct, out of DC, right, or Baltimore?
They was they went to Howard. So they I think I think they all from the East Coast, but they went to Howard. So we just
okay. So I knew it was something East Coast is okay. So
right.
Great group. I mean, and this was sneaky good, like you said, because if ever fall in love, baby, I'm yours, comforter. Oh man, I mean, it's really unique. But once again, they are victims to my part of my theory and part of my love for certain music overall is impact. It really is. And she mentioned that they look rough. Well, I mean, I am known to love my hood rats. So I mean, but so I mean that doesn't eliminate them for you. I was like, man, if every man wants a woman that's not good for just laying on her back. See that lyric itself identifies a woman given power to understanding that, man, men ain't just thinking about sex, and she's trying to highlight the value of what men look like. I'm just talking about that particular song, but album for album. I mean, even after they came with that, I mean, next two albums, the one with the phone dial on there, there was hits on that one. Then there was the Traces of My Lipstick. I mean, these girls could sing. These girls were powerful singers. And I'm not talking about even the branching off at what they do and things of that now. I'm talking about as a group, these girls had impact, like for real. And for me, they were a group out of Atlanta that didn't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Because TLC just lost all their money. These girls were smart and
Candy was a writer.
Broke.
And Candy was a writer.
And was a writer, and so Shy, gosh, impact, time, but longevity, overall impact, showstoppers, headliners. It's escape. It's escape for me.
Yeah. It's just fun. Like, I had went through a phase where I went to different concerts and stuff because, I always said I wanted to see all these people I had grew up listening to. And it's funny because Escape had a tour. And for some reason, I would not buy their ticket. I don't know why. It was like, and they, trust me, everything you said is right. They had a whole lot of hits. But for some reason, I just couldn't place that order to buy that ticket. I don't know. So this is me, but go ahead.
So somebody said Shy had 3 hits. I think I can name more than 3 hits. They had Baby I'm Yours. They had Comforter, and If I Ever Fall in Love. They had what's the name of the other one off their album? It was a feel-good song. I can't think of the name of it right now. Damn, I only named 3. You're right.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
I proved you right. So I gotta have somebody. Hey, Terrence, can you pull up their discography? And then that way, it probably.
I got the rest of their songs: Together Forever, Yours, The Place Where You Belong, Come With Me, I don't want to be alone, Destiny, He's Doing You Wrong. Those are all of their singles. And then of course, If I Ever Fall in Love, Comforter, yeah. But yeah, those are their singles. They didn't have a lot of singles.
Yeah, you're right. Not a bad album. I'll go ahead and go. I think so. Sheila went, KB went. I'm going to go with Escape as well. More hits.
Okay.
Bigger songs and more hits.
So I'll jump in here. Softest Place on Earth, My Little Secret, The Arms of the One Who Loves You.
Marlon's
Do You Want To? Who Can I Run To?
Classic.
Love on My Mind, Just Kicking It, Understand You. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of either of these groups. Shy did have a few songs. I did definitely. Baby I'm Yours was definitely a feel-good song. That was in that Boyz II Men vein. Like I said, you either was Jodeci or Boyz II Men in the 90s. Mm-hmm. But listen, that Softest Place on Earth is a heavy song.
Marlon said that in the chat too.
Yep.
I'm sorry to cut you out. I apologize. but the lyrics pound for pound and the imagery but behind what she's saying, because we know what the softest place on earth she's speaking of, but the what she puts together in the visual of that song, she never ever says Benage, but she gives you such magical look. I want to travel.
Give me a bus pass.
I want to travel. Just saying, it's a growing little feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like a rainstorm in Puerto Rico. It's raining, huh? It's kind of wet. Well, that's a place. Anyway, yeah.
Softest place on earth is a mean joint. So yeah, I got to go Escape.
Okay, Froggy, who you got? You closing it out today?
Okay, I'm closing out. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is an easy one. When I look at the past year while we've been in quarantine, and I think about one of the most impactful things that has gone on, it has been kind of what we're doing right here. It's a versus type of thing, and Swiss Beats and Timbaland did a great thing with putting verses together. Now, all I know is Escape was in a versus against one of our top contenders earlier. Escape and SWV, who just had a battle 2 rounds ago. They were together. I have never heard of anybody trying to put together a Shy versus. So what I'm saying all of that to say, Escape for the beatdown win.
Okay.
Hey, not just that. I go to the Essence Festival every year, and I can see them bring, and Escape has come there, and I don't ever remember Shy ever being there.
Shy's in the Ultra Lounge. They in one of the little side rooms.
They in one of them little side joints, but
they in one of the side rooms on Thursday. You got to go on Thursday.
On the side room. What you said on Thursday?
On Thursday.
Listen. Hey, to T-Mac's point, listen to some of this. Listen to some of this, because we've got to give homage to the song we keep talking about. She says, baby, won't you come inside? I'll take you on a fantasy ride. Take a journey through my universe. My love, the softest place on earth. You don't have to pull the blinds. Let the neighbors lose their minds. Baby, you can be the first inside the softest place on earth. I mean, then she says, come on, baby, kiss me all over. From my mountains to my valley low. Man, I am passport ready.
Yeah.
The movement is real. For the win.
And then they sing it sensually too.
Right. You win.
And I ain't gonna lie, that was it Tasha? Not the big girl, but the sister. The one that used to always look like she would fight you.
Yeah, she's like somebody to fight.
That's why she got kicked out the group.
Hey, she was so nasty. But if you watch some old videos between her and Tiny, man, it was nasty. They used to they used to grind something serious.
Yeah.
They was grind. Hey, they was the grinders.
Look,
all right, so
and she says, I want it so bad, I'll do what you like. We can do it all in the movies or in my jacuzzi or maybe Central Park. Man, I'm going to New York. All right, go ahead, finish it up. I apologize.
Hey, man,
finish it off.
Hey. Okay, so first of all, let me thank everybody who's online, who's listening online, and then everybody who joined Facebook Live to give us their feedback as well, because you guys have actually helped us. We appreciate a round of applause for you guys. We appreciate you guys for coming in and helping us out, helping us figure out a few things. So next Wednesday, this is what we have. So I'm just going to give the breakdowns of the next Wednesday's breakdowns. So here we have Tony versus Silk. We also have Jodeci versus Drew Hill.
Ooh.
We have Boyz II Men versus Total. We have Mint Condition versus 112. We have Guy versus Jagged Edge. That should be a pretty
a good one, right?
That's a good one. BBD versus High Five. That's actually a good one.
That's a good one. Quiet as kept.
Let's see. New Edition versus Detonate. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a
good one.
Okay, then we have Color Me Bad versus Escape. All right, so that's on our road to getting all the way to the end. So one thing I want to do is thank everybody for joining the Steak Bottles and Building podcast. I'm your man D Trip. We want to have my man KB Darkness. Want to say thank you again for joining as always. My man Tay Mac, appreciate you for joining as well.
I'm 48. It's my
Today is
birthday.
his
Hey, yeah, happy birthday.
Oh,
to
happy
T-Mac.
birthday.
Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday.
boy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Yay,
man.
happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. He 48 today. Happy birthday.
Yay.
Miss Sheila, thank you very much for joining us.
No problem, no problem.
DJ Froggy, does anybody have, like, hey, make sure that, because I want to make sure that we support everybody on here as well. So Froggy, you got anything you want to tell everybody they can follow you on Twitter or Instagram?
I mean, I'm all over the place. DJ FROGIE. I'm here on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter or whatever. Yeah, you can just find me there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm around.
Okay. Hey, so make sure you please follow my man Froggy. Everybody else, we appreciate it. You can see us here live on Facebook, but also what I want you to do is I also want you to come back and sign in and listen to the podcast. Okay. So what I'll do is you can listen on Apple Podcasts, that's Steak Bottles and Building. You can also listen on Spotify, which is Steak Bottles and Building. And soon we're going to go live on YouTube in the near future with the Steak Bottles and Building. So everybody, all these beautiful faces that you see here, all these beautiful voices that you hear, one thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we continue with everyone. All right. Hey, I appreciate you. I love everybody. Until next week. Peace.